Uh, Hello, everyone. My name is Chi Wei Kang, and I'm currently in my final trimester here in Singapore. I'm pursuing a Bachelor of Finance degree. So, the purpose of my presentation today is to share my personal analysis and some preliminary plans for my future. I hope that my reflections and experiences will be helpful to you as you think about your own journey. Let's start. So the first thing I reflected on is with the employability tool. Well, using the employability tool was eye-opening for me. It provided a comprehensive and multidimensional understanding of myself. According to the assessment, my strongest areas are digital literacy and career identity while my lowest score appeared in career study commitment. What has surprised me the most was my relatively low score in rhetoric literacy. I always comprised myself as a good communicator, but this result has showed me a different reality that I might need more growth on this area. For the first time, I have reflected upon myself about my fears and my blind spots, especially my avoidance of commitment, which I hadn't realized it was, or which I hadn't realized to be that severe before. Um, the next part is to reflect on this unit, which is enhancing your business mind. One of the most memorable experiences in this unit we had was in a seminar where we were assigned into groups and we were simulating a business negotiation during the strike. We had a discussion as the company, and the other group was as the employees, sorry. It was the first time I put theoretical knowledge of interpersonal relationships into practice in a realistic business setting. Well, this had taught me that real negotiation is not just about pushing your own agenda, but also dynamically considering and accommodating the other party's needs so you can meet in a mid ground, aiming for a win-win result, which could be ideally beneficial to the circumstance. Most importantly, I have realized that career development is not just about adapting to changes. It can actually be a clear, a structured process where we can plan and manage step by step internally and externally as well. Um, the next part is me reflecting on my whole experience at Curtin, Singapore. Looking back on my university years, I think that finance may not have been the best fit for me. However, over time, I have found meaning in what I have learned. If I could start again, I might choose to consider supply chain management or human resource management instead of finance. I feel they are more practical when it comes to looking for a job. Um, the biggest challenge was building a wholly new knowledge base from scratch because I hadn't had been an economic student before. For example, in FN3 3001, we had to apply what we have learned to real stock market trading based on current events. So incidents like Trump announcing his tariffs or China getting halted by the United States on microchips both had effects on the project that we were working on. It was both difficult and rewarding at the same time. I was quite down starting university, but the turning point came when I took accounting last trimester as my selected module. And I finally start to realize that these concepts and terminology I used to resist from understanding did make sense, like after learning about it. I now see the practical value in what I have forced myself to learn, and I frankly enjoyed it. The next part is centered around my Odyssey plan. So for the Odyssey plan, we had to come up with three different life paths that we wish to choose, one being the ideal, one being a practical one, and the other one being a backup. So for my Odyssey plan, I did something wild. For my first ideal plan, I would like to open a legally operating brothel in a country where such businesses are fully regulated, such as Amsterdam or Thailand. I would need to conduct thorough researches and seek an initial investment from my family, of course, who have experience in the entertainment industry. The main challenges facing this path would be my family's understanding of it. They might distort it to think I'm doing something despicable, and the other thing would be overwhelming social stigma against it. Secondly, my realistic plan is to open a restaurant in London after the completion of my postgrad degree. Well, I have family friends in the restaurant business who works in London, who owns restaurants in London that can provide me with valuable connections and advices. And frankly, the Chinese food market in London is promising to a point that is nowhere comparable with, say, let's say if you're doing business in mainland China. But this path also involved high risk and significant financial investment that I'm a bit afraid that I can't secure from my family. And finally, as a backup, uh, I could work as an Uber driver to be in the gig economy. This would allow me to support myself partially because I still have to rely on my parents, my family for larger sums of money. But it will suffice my daily routine for sure, especially in my hometown. Uh, while this is quite practical, and it is the kind of lifestyle, the laying back lifestyle I want to have, but it's less ambitious and offers limited long-term growth at the same time. And finally, a message to my future self. I would like to say just don't forget the clarity and the rationality thinking you had and you've gone through along the way. I hope you will stay true to your own choices and keep moving forward, uh, no matter what challenges you're about to face. Uh, to summarize this up, my journey so far has taught me the importance of honoring self-reflection and having the courage to make my own choices, even when they don't fit expectations of others. Our futures are not fixed. We shape them with every decision we make. The most meaningful journey is the one you chose for yourself. That's it. Thank you for watching.